Hi everyone, it's time for another Elvis Presley album review ranking, and I'm going to do the 1957 album Loving You here, which is Elvis's third album. This particular album, I got to tell you folks, I think it's my preferred album out of the first three, and that's more on a consistency basis. I think I like maybe more songs here than I do on the first two albums. That doesn't go for every song. There's some songs here I really didn't like on here, so I don't have an album where I'd say every song here is 100% for me. But I'm going to have my little note paper here to figure out the ranking. We're going to go from the 12 tracks here, 12 down to 1. This is just my opinion, what I think are the least to my favorites on here. Also, we'll say that Loving You is a title of an Elvis film, and this is something of a halfway soundtrack album. It's not, the whole album is not containing songs from the movie, okay? Number 12, it was really hard again, I hate to say, but number 12, 11, 10, and 9 really, all could be last for me. I really don't really care for these songs, you know. True Love, you know, the cover, I'm going to put that at number 12. It just doesn't grab me. I don't know, maybe I'm used to George Harrison's version from the 33 1/3 album. I don't know, but it just didn't do it for me here. It's too sappy, and the Jordanaires are great and all that, but sometimes with them back there with those harmonies, I don't know, it just seems so, I don't know, sappy, lack of a better adjective. Number 11, God, it's hard really to judge these. I went with Lonesome Cowboy at number 11. Who knows? It could have been 9. It could have been 12. I don't know. Lonesome Cowboy is from the movie. That's right. Is from the movie Loving You. It's probably the weakest song in the movie for me. Another dull song. Number 10, and this is not by any means a top 10 for me because I don't really care for the next couple of songs that much. I Need You So, I went with number 10. A lot of these songs are so similar, the bottom rung of these. You know, they're just the same kind of, I don't know, slowness and kind of like tiredness. Number 9, I went with Have I Told You Lately That I Love You. I think it's getting a little better now as I'm getting closer to the first 5 songs. But those are really the only songs from this particular album that I don't care for. So that's the other 8 out of 12 I like, so that's not bad. Okay, and we're going to go to the ones I like the best from this particular album. Number 8, Don't Leave Me Now. I'm going to go with Don't Leave Me Now. Isn't that in the... It's not in the movie, but I believe they used it in Jailhouse Rock after this film, in that film. So Don't Leave Me Now is getting better as far as those kind of like more ballady type of songs go. Now we get into some of the rockin' tracks. Number 7 is a song which I think that a lot of fans don't really care for. I've heard it mentioned quite often. It's the song Hot Dog. And Hot Dog, now we're getting upbeat, rollicking, and exciting. It's just a filler song, really. There's nothing great about it, but it does show Elvis's rocking chops, so I have fun with it. And I guess, you know, in the early days here, in the 50s of Elvis, I think I prefer his rock stuff to his ballads, although later on in the 60s and 70s, I think I like a lot more of the slower Elvis ballady songs. Number 6, I went with Blueberry Hill. Elvis, to me, does a pretty close rendition of the Fats Domino version here. It's very good. I think I like Fats Domino's version better, but it's very capable. And Blueberry Hill is just a great song, and it's pretty faithful to the version we know. So it works. I got that at number 6. Now, I'm into the top 5. And what kind of order would I put them in? I really like the songs in the top 5. They're really solid to me. For number 5, I decided to put Got a Lot of Living to Do, which is from the movie, and it's a good scene of him performing it in the movie. Number 5. Number 4, I went with the title track Loving You. It's the ballad, it's the slow song, but it just has a lot more going for it to me than all the other ballads and slow songs that I mentioned at the bottom of the list. Number 3, nice rock song, Party. Let's Have a Party. That's also very good in the movie. I like the way Elvis performs that. Oh, I forgot to mention, if I can go back one song to Loving You. I said I like the ballady version. There is an upbeat, faster version, bouncier version of Loving You. I don't like that. There's an example where I prefer the actual slower love song and more laid back approach than I do the upbeat one. Loving You works better as a slower ballad, I think. So yeah, I put Party, going back to that, at number 3, which I think is really good. Number 2, I went with Let Me Be Your Teddy Bear. It's the big hit. It's one of Elvis's biggest songs. A lot of people, I'm sure most people, would put it at number 1 here, heading off the whole list. The only reason I think I put it down that low is because, when I say low, not number 1. Again, familiarity. I think familiarity and just being a little overdosed on it is why Teddy Bear made number 2 for me instead of number 1. Number 1, at this point, on this particular day, I went with the rock song Mean Woman Blues, which starts off the album, the first track, and it's in the movie. It's another great scene in the movie where Elvis is challenged to sing a song. Some tough guy tries to tell Elvis, sing me a song, and he makes him sing it. And then after he sings Mean Woman Blues, he beats the tar out of the guy. So that's pretty good. I love that scene in the movie. Anyway, someday I'm going to actually talk about Elvis movies. But Mean Woman Blues shows Elvis's rockin' chops. This is supposed to be the king of rock and roll. And hey, that doesn't mean you can't do pretty love songs and things. But this guy, come on, you're the rock and roller, man. And that's rock. That rocks and rolls. Okay? And stomps. So anyway, that's my feeling on the songs on Loving You, everybody. Have a great day.